Well, a wonderful Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage of the RedDriver Mighty Midget Series presented by Netcode Esports. Volusia, let's go way down south to the land of the Gator for tonight's racing action. We're getting in just a little late. What we are going to do is be able to get right to heat racing action. Our first heat. Lining up on the front stretch, the 88 of Riley Scott will have the pole, and 66 of David Krikorian will be on his outside. The 98 of Brett Wagner, row 2 to the inside with Kurt Vincent in the 19. Good to see Kurt back on track. He has that 4 starting position. The 6 of Josh Cox, and oh my goodness, there's a rare, very rare Josh Cox sighting. He has the 6 car slated in that 5th spot, and on his outside, the 93 of Reed Brochard. Oh, late start. Accidentally started a stream that I didn't mean to start. I was trying to set some things up. Had to shut it down. And it put my system in a little bit of a top hat situation, and that's why we're getting a late start tonight. So we missed our invocation, our national anthem. Apologize to everybody for that. But time to go racing. First time that this series has been to Volusia. And we're about to see the first laps for the RedDriver Midget Series. Right here, and a great start for Riley Scott. Man, he jumped on the throttle and got right out there. He's got almost a half a second already on Krikorian. Vincent way up top, and I'm not sure if that's the place you want to go. Watch a little practice from another driver earlier, and he was trying to go up there by that cushion, and it just didn't work out for him. I think you want to stay in the middle and go to the bottom a little more here because it's a shorter way around. Brett Wagner back there in fourth. Brochard is in 5th. Josh Cox cruising around here into that 6th and final spot. Used to seeing him in a different color car. Really do like that black and gold with the Chevy markings on it. Good to see Josh back out here. Riley Scott, 3/4 of a second, making 8/10 of a second through 1 and 2. He's going to be halfway. Heat 1 this time by. Want to welcome everybody to the chat. Guys, say hi. I'm already seeing not just pets in here. I know there's a bunch of people over from Lop's Twitch stream watching, so hello, peoples. David Krikorian is trying to chop into this lead. He's got it down under half a second. And we'll see if David can run down Riley Scott. Scott got a fantastic start, and he's just been out there on a Sunday cruise maintaining that since we dropped that green flag. Now a big run, a slip out of the 88 coming out of 2, and a big run for the 66. He gets up in the marbles and really buried the right front, slowed himself down quite a bit. Inside 2 to go, looking to see. There's that big run out of turn number 2 once again for Krikorian. Final time. Heat number 1. Can Krikorian find the momentum here? Use it to make that pass. Couldn't get to the outside. Didn't want to go for the slider. He'll use the cut down. Can he get there? I think it's too much momentum. Riley Scott, Heat 1 winner. Krikorian, Wagner, Brochard, Vincent, and Cox in that order. 18 drivers, by the way, checked in. I checked that on my way into the server. One of the bigger fields that we've had in a little bit, and it's fantastic to see it. Love to see these series have great fields because the more cars, the better the racing. Heat 2, they are getting ready to line up on the front stretch for us, and it's going to be the 55 of Steven Spiess on the pole with Bo Brandon in the 49 on his outside. Brady Shaw, 9 car, row 2 to the inside. He's got the 81 of Mike Gephardt alongside. And then your back row with the 21 of Garrett Boyd, one of the DSS and house cars. He is on the inside of the row, and he's got the Kiwi Conquer to his outside. Craig Silby not here for the opening round last week. And Silby in that crazy green. He likes to change the color every couple of weeks, and he's back to that wild green color. So See what he can do. Sweep last week from Brennan Rogers. He will start shotgun on tonight's A main. I do know he is in the field. He should be in heat number 3. So we will see how he can do from the back. Early start. Spieth really got on the throttle early. He is going to get out to a great lead here. Of course you are. Happy to have you in here rooting for him. 55 of Steven Spieth. Whoa. Out of 4. He's got Brennan Bo Brennan right behind him. Brandon, always a bottom feeder. And Brandon trying to work that by him. See if he can get the lead right here. Clips though. Woo-hoo! He clipped the tractor tires. I'm sure the front suspension is totally destroyed on that car. Be lucky that the left front isn't hanging off of it is what he's probably lucky for. It bent the Nerf bars and everything else down the left side. He got a little close to that tire right there. He's able to continue, but look who's charging through the field. 7 car, Craig Silby. Started 6th. He's up to 3rd, and he's making a bid for 2nd here. We'll be halfway this time by heat number 2. This is the battle. Shaw is behind that, and I don't know what happened to Garrett Boyd. Garrett Boyd had an incident, and he has taken the 21 car to the infield, so he'll be starting at the back of tonight's A main. Bo Brandon must not have hurt that car as bad as I thought he should have. He hit that tire hard. I was sure that the toe end was really screwed up on that 49 car. Apparently not, because he is really doing a great job keeping that thing going. There you see Silby jump up on the marbles, and he is going to lose some ground. We're inside 2 to go. It is a 1.3 second lead out here for Steven Spieth. Spieth will end up in the redraw if he can hang on for one more lap. White flag right there. Silby now around Brandon. Grabs 2nd. Brandon trying to hang on to 3rd, but here comes Brady Shaw. Can he get it done in half a lap and get into the podium position? Only the top 2 are in the redraw, and it's going to be Spieth and Silby 1.4 seconds apart, 1-2, and then Brandon will hang on to 3rd. Shaw is 4th. Gebhard 5th, and will score Boyd in 6th. Two of 3 heats in the books. And we'll get ready. Go down here and look at the starting lineup for the final heat race of the evening. There's half the chat's guy right there. They're on the front row. Sir Lopp and Brennan Rogers, the 10 and the 20 for heat number 3. Bobby Yonke, 28 car, row 2 to the inside with Wayne Anelski beside him in the 13. And then Josh Gerlach and Billy Barros, 71-38. Side by side on the back row. Six more cars, 8 more laps. Everybody going feature racing. Top 2 going to be in the redraw. This heat dash, actually the top 2 don't go into the redraw, they go into the dash. And then we'll go feature racing, and then we'll take a quick break. And session number 2 will get ready to kick off. Green flag coming out. Good start on that front row, especially on the inside. Here comes Brennan Rogers. He is going to have a run down the hill, but Bobby Yonke found the launch pad. Yonke's going to go from 3rd to 1st in the length of the backstretch. Can he hang on to the flag? Not a chance. Rogers slipped underneath. Lopp led the lap. Josh Gerlach got a good run out of 3 and 4. He moves to 2nd. Bobby Yonke, he is finding some grip down on the bottom. Exit of turn 2. A couple cars out of shape. That was Gerlach that really stacked him up there. We're letting Lopp get out of here. He is, well, he made a mistake down the backstretch getting into turn 3, and he let him catch right back up. So every time I think somebody's about to run off, They make a mistake, and the group catches them. Back to Lopp and Rogers, 1-2. Here comes Yankee off the top of turn 2, and he doesn't have the launch pad that Rogers had down there. Gerlach still right behind that, and then it's a battle between Anelski and Barros for that 6th and final spot. We're halfway. Going to be 3 to go this time around. Brendan Rogers, man, that bottom is just so fast coming out of 2. Surprised we're not seeing wheel stands back there. Brendan Rogers sticking the bottom. Big launch. He's got the lead, and he scoots away by half a second down the back stretch. Lopp still second. Gerlach is third. Gerlach's trying to do what Rogers is doing. He's getting down on the bottom, especially the exit of 2. Trying to work the bottom groove there through turns 1 and 2. White flag. Billy Barros has worked his way up to the 4th spot. He got around Yankee, got around Anelski, and now he's trying to get around Gerlach. It's all about Rogers. Brendan Rogers is going to win the heat going away. 1.5, 1.6 seconds. Lopp will end up in this dash here momentarily. Then Gerlach third, Barros, Yankee, and Anelski rounding things out in the heat races. So we'll have our dash. I'm looking to see if we've already gotten confirmation of the lineup. We have not. They'll be rolling them out here momentarily. We know it's the top 2 from each of the heats. The order they start in is what gets randomized. Second show, it's completely different. We qualify, the top 5 get locked in. They do the LCQ, and the winner of the LCQ joins the redraw. And then when we roll out for the feature, they do the redraw before we go green. They reshuffle, excuse me, before we go green. So Riley Scott is rolling out. Lopp, Spies. Yeah, everybody's making their way onto the track now. So here comes Silby. Should see Brendan Rogers and David Krikorian. There goes David Krikorian right there. And Brendan Rogers should be coming. Anyway, he may choose to stay in because it doesn't matter what he does here. He has to start at the back of the feature no matter what. So I think we're only going to have 5 cars, and it looks like it'll be Scott and Silby. Then Krikorian and Lopp and Spies will be on the back. So 6 laps. I got to get my little counter so I can count my laps. Otherwise, I'm an old man and I forget these things. Under the green flag for the pole dash. Riley Scott with a bobble getting into 1 and 2. That's going to open things up. Here comes Silby on the top side. There goes Krikorian down to the bottom. Lap 1's going to go to Silby off the top of 4. Scott into the 2nd spot. Krikorian and then Lopp and Spies are battling back here. And Lopp's going to grab that 5th spot, or the 4th spot, excuse me, away. It is all Silby. 2 laps in. He's got 2 laps under. 4 to go. Riley Scott still 2nd. Krikorian still hanging on to 3rd. Halfway in the dash. Silby's just driving away. He is stroking it and getting away from these guys. The battle's for 2nd right now as we're coming down to the 2 to go signal. Riley Scott and David Krikorian. Okay. That's fine. Coming around, that's the white flag. Silby still in front. Scott hanging on to 2nd. Krikorian, Lopp, and Spies And it looks like your pole sitter for tonight's A main. Going to come from way down under Kiwi country. Going to be Craig Silby winning the dash. He'll have Riley Scott starting on the front row with him. So the guy's going to take a couple of minutes. They want to get a little more burn in on the track. Ouch, that looked terrible. So going to let them have that. We have got some information. Right now, the points. It's Brendan Rogers with that sweep last week, easily out in front. Bo Brandon's 11 points behind him. Barros 18, then 26 to Spieth, and 36 to Krikorian, your top 5 after one night of racing. The Ironman Series, well, this is where things get interesting. 40 races already run for the year. Bo Brandon, 2,058 points. He has a 66-point lead on Craig Silby. Gerlach is third, Barros is fourth, and Krikorian is fifth. I know that Brendan Rogers is in the top 10 already, but he missed an entire season. He missed 20 races, and he's already back in the top 10. So it's going to be tough for him to catch up over this season and next, but if he keeps winning at the pace that he's winning, I see him making a good challenge for that. We've never been to Volusia. This first time ever. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good one. We've run on 9 other half-mile tracks. We've got 6 winners at those tracks. A lot of the guys that are winning tonight in there. Next week, these guys are going to head to Cedar Lake for a doubleheader, and that is always fun. They do a great job at Cedar Lake. That's a fun track to watch these boys at. They keep drawing fields like this. It's going to be amazing. I will let everybody in on a little scuttlebutt. Looks like Netcode Esports and Dirt Slingers Racing League are going to try to do a joint venture on Monday nights in super late models. Details are still in the early and planning stages. Nothing official. So this is just it's been mentioned. If that does happen, it's going to be amazing because you got some of the best guys in 2 leagues going to come together and put it down in the big fender cars. That's going to be a lot of fun to go and watch for sure. So we'll keep everybody updated on whether that actually materializes or not. Won't be until the end of October, but give everybody time to think about it. Hey, Cody Terry, see you in the chat, buddy. Steven Spees, right there. I can't find him, but Lop and Vincent on the screen right there in front of us. Nelski and Boyd. Yonke trying to find some speed. Brady Shaw. Everybody's out there. They are really working hard to try to burn this track in and give us 2 lanes of racing. So I applaud them immensely. This track is tough enough, and if you make it 1 lane, it's even more difficult, and that's from sprint cars and big blocks and everything else. So next to Monday night, MARS Pavement Street Stocks will be in action 8 o'clock Eastern. And they will be followed up, the doubleheader on Monday night from Monday Night Thunder by the Dirt Slingers Racing League Camus Racing Simulators Big Block Modified Series, and round number 12 for them. I do know in round 13 there's been a venue change. They're going to take Kokomo off and put Oswego on their schedule in the first ever appearance up there. This is the first feature. I don't know who FTV2 is, and I'm not sure what you're doing, but I would appreciate that you not spam in my chat. All right, we know we're going to shake up the first 3 rows. We know that Silby's going to the front, and Riley Scott is going to scooch over. We know that Brendan Rogers is going to drop to 18th in this field. So we'll wait for him to roll around a little bit. Let's start in row number 3, and it's going to be the 98 of Brett Wagner on the inside, and Bo Brandon, that 49 car, will be on his outside. Josh Gerlach, 71 car, will start position number 9, next to Reed Brochard in the 93. Your 6th row will have the 9 of Brady Shaw on the inside and the 38 of Billy Barros on the outside. Kurt Vincent has the 19 car, setting into that 13th starting spot, and you'll have Mike Gebhardt in the 81 on his outside. Row number 8, the 28 of Bobby Yonke, Josh Cox in the 6, and then Garrett Boyd in the 21 and Wayne Anelski in the 13 on the back. Now, all those drivers are going to shuffle up a little bit. They're not going to shuffle up terribly. It'll be Silby and Scott, then Krikorian and Lopp, Spies, and Wagoner. That's your top 6. First 3 rows. Gerlach and Shaw in row 4, Barros and Gebhardt in row 5, Yonke and Cox in row 6, Boyd and Anelski in row 7, Vincent and Rogers in row... I'm not sure where we're moving around, and we've got... Okay, there we go. Vincent and Brochard. Or Vincent, Anelski and Vincent, and then Brochard and Rogers, as they finally get it all sorted out and everybody's where they're supposed to be. So a lot of movement, and with the hot shoe going to the back, it kind of changed things. It moves Brett Wagner into a top 6 starting spot. So we should get a green flag right here. They will stay at... They will shuffle up. They're already under the green flag, so they'll shuffle everything up, and we'll get ready to go green the next time we come out of turn number 4. But not here. Still single file as we work lap 2. It'll be at the end of the next lap, and then we'll have 30 green flag laps for you. Feature number 1 tonight. Whole nother show to go, and this one's over.
Green, green, green.
Well, I don't like that stuff. I don't mind the people that come in and want to say, hey, I want to talk to you about your stream and all. But don't come in here and spam another stream over my stream. I'll end up heading over there and I'll ban them. I'll block them. It's just, it's rude. Basically, that's what it is. It's just rude to do that. Pretty sure I can't do it from where I'm at, so I'll have to actually go over there and block them. All right, we're going to double everybody up right here. They know where they're supposed to start. Admins agree everything is correct. That means coming out of turn number 4, the Kiwi Conqueror. We'll get things started for show number 1 tonight from Volusia 4. The RedDriver Mighty Midget Series presented by Netcode Esports. Fun, fun, fun. This should be a fantastic race. First time they've come here, but we've seen them on the half miles before. And my only fear is those tires down there in turn 4 that stick out at the entrance to pit road. Guys want to run real close to the wall. We're going to see somebody catch one, I'm sure. But the green flag in the air. Craig Silby is going to be hard to catch, getting a great start from the pole. We're going to fan out 2, 3, 4 wide as we get back mid-pack here. There was a 3 wide up there right around 4th, 5th, and 6th. They'll come up the front stretch for the first time at speed. Silby by half a second. Billy Barros working the top side. We're looking at Josh Gerlach trying to work over Wagoner. Wagoner had to check up because Lopp got off a pace right there. Whoa, that is 4 wide racing through turn 4. I cannot believe we don't have a death in the family right there. Oh, we got a little contact at the back. Josh Cox, I think, and Wayne Anelski may be coming together. Going to get them squared away and get going again. Completing our fourth lap. Completing our 3rd lap. We completed lap number 3 right there. Silby, Krikorian, Bo Brandon hanging on to 3rd. Riley Scott, Steven Spies, Billy Barros in the top 6. Josh Gerlach and Bobby Yonke behind them. We saw Yonke have a pretty good start to his heat race. Faded towards the end of it. Not sure what was going on there, but we'll see if he can pick that pace back up that he had here in the feature. Long ways to go. You got to save some tire. Got to think about that. Brennan Rogers from the back. Well, this is no surprise, ladies and gentlemen. He is already inside the top 10. We still have 25 laps to go. Going around the outside of Garrett Boyd. Boyd gives up the spot, falls in line. Rogers using kind of a modified short slider line. In the middle, floats it out to the top in 3 and 4. Now stays wide in 1 and 2. He may cut down right here, and he's going to find Wagoner right there, and he almost got the right rear. Drone cam coming out. We're going to watch Brendan Rogers for a couple laps. Craig Silby is gone. He's 1 3/4 seconds ahead of everybody you see on this screen right now. Second place up there on the right. David Krikorian now working around Bo Brandon, trying to hold him off. Brendan Rogers, 9th place right now. Let's zip forward. We'll watch Steven Spiess, who's running up top. He's moved into the 3rd spot. Oh, Mike Eppert is going to have a crash. Poor Mike. Let's see what happened to Mike. White car on the top of the racetrack coming out of 4. He's got Kurt Vincent right beside. Clips the fence himself. That pulls the right front in there. Ah, heck, that's a little flat spin. No Tommy tip overs, none of that. He's going to be able to continue. He's just going to slow things down and have to move to the back. That's a big break for guys like Gerlach, Rogers, Boyd, because now the gap is going to get closed back up. Craig Silby loses that 1 3/4 seconds that he had, and he brings all these super fast guys right to the tail tank. Looks like the lights might have went off on the pace truck already, and they have, so we're going to get ready to go back to green. Single file for the restart, 21 laps remaining. Pace truck's going to get out of the way right about here. And Craig Silby's going to waste no time. He finds the throttle. Bo Brandon timed it up pretty good. He moved to the inside. Caution behind. I think this was guys trying to make a couple of moves that got him out of shape. Cars in front might have been a little off kilter. Yep, that's the one right there, Brett Wagoner. He got himself out of shape, clipping that tire, trying to stay low, and it just starts collecting cars. Kurt Vincent, a couple of other guys. We'll see if anybody has damage or too much to continue, but Brett Wagoner definitely lost the left front on his mighty midget, so he will be heading to the infield, and he'll probably have to start getting ready for session number 2. So we'll re-rack them. Silby, Krikorian, Brandon, Spiess, Barros, Scott, Gerlach, Yonke, Rogers, Vincent, the top 10. Shaw, Lomp, Anelski, Gebhardt, Cox, Brochart, and Boyd. All the way through our 17 running cars. Brett Wagoner in the pits. Doesn't look good for his return. Not in session 1. He'll be back for session 2. Craig Silby once again getting a great start. Let's go back a little bit because we're going to start to fan out right back in here. Rogers and Yonke were the first two. Josh Gerlach trying to keep the 71 car down on the bottom. I think David Krikorian has got something working on the top. He got alongside of Craig Silby there momentarily. Silby found the launch pad out of 2. Now slides it up the hill. He's going to cover that outside line. Through the bottom in 1 and 2. Man, Krikorian. Oh, Krikorian got wide, got into the fluffy stuff. Spiess got in the back of him, gave him a shot in the tail tank, and now we're going to have a crash behind that. Riley Scott. Did Riley Scott have a crash? Scott was behind Barros beside Gerlach here. Oh, he just finds the fence on his own, and he crawls up and over, and then he finds that big yellow concrete block right there at the track entrance. So that'll slow us down once again. Third caution. And we are 12 laps into our first feature. Krikorian had something working on the top. I don't know if it was going to be a matter of time or if Silby needed to make a mistake, but Krikorian was being pretty smooth up there, running right along where that fluffy stuff is. He was keeping Silby in check. Silby, Krikorian, Brandon, Spieth, Barros, Gerlach, Rogers is 7th. Yonke, Vincent, and Shaw through the top 10 right now. We're going to get ready to go green again. Single file, everybody right up there at the top.
Green flag, green flag.
Silby drops the hammer and away he goes. Bo Brannon, slider line. He didn't get there on Krikorian. And Krikorian's going to be able to keep it up on the top. This time I think Brandon's got him, takes it all the way to the fence. Silby's leading it. Brandon now second. He's going to try to cover that entry line. He's got the car moving now. Silby is on the line I know that he prefers. Better look closely because Brendan Rogers up to 6th, and he's got two guys side by side racing in front of him. And that's just making it easier for him to close in. That time, Barros and Spieth get together in 2. Brendan Rogers going to have a big run down the backstretch right past Billy Barros. He'll go slider line. Out to the middle, up to the top now. Covers it up. Put him in the top 5. It took him 16 laps to get into the top 5 tonight. Silby on that slider line. So is Bo Brandon. David Krikorian staying out wide. Brendan Rogers now around the outside on Steven Spieth. Can he take 4th away? Gonna have to cross over, cut down, launch pad out of 2. Man, 20 car. So fast on the exit of turn 2. Move him up to 4th, and Krikorian's in danger now. Brandon still second. Krikorian third. Rogers up to 4th and closing in. He's going to go. I thought he was going to bomb right there, and he just checked it down. Just wanted to let David know he is close. See if he can force a mistake out of the 66 car. He gets down to the bottom. Good launch. Just not there yet. He keeps showing him that right front tire. He got it down to 10 to go. Silby, Brandon, Krikorian, Rogers, and Barros. 2.5 seconds, 1st to 5th. Craig Silby right down the inside. Down the backstretch. He found a bunch of grip down there, and he opened it up to over a second. See if he goes down on that bottom again down the backstretch. Caution ain't going to matter. Caution, caution. Looks like the 19 of Kurt Vincent has a problem. That's Anelski and Shaw. Oh, he got a little help. A little bit off the pace getting through the corner, and he just got a little tippity tap on the back end. So we'll slow things down. We'll have 8 laps. 8 laps remaining. Things getting closer now. A lot closer now than it was, and this is an opening. If he wins from back there, I think he starts in the back on the next one too, so pretty sure that's the rule. So we'll watch the pace track. We'll see if the lights drop off. If they shut them down. And they do. So we're going green out of turn number 4. We'll get them all single filed up, get them ready to go. Still 17 cars on the track. Everybody's still on the lead lap. See what kind of start Craig Silby. He's been getting really good starts, but he's got Bo Brandon there now. Back on the Twitch, huh? I see you over there. All right, pace truck about to get out of the way, and a big run, a big start from Craig Silby. But Bo Brandon, yeah, I got you, buddy. I know what you're doing. Timed you up perfect. Now I'm going to shove my way underneath. Little contact. Oh, Brandon's going to take the lead. Krikorian's going to go around. Silby's going to fall to third. He may fall out of the top three if Brendan Rogers can find a way around out of four. And Silby went from first to third on the restart lap. Made a mistake down in 1 and 2. Left the door open. Now he's fallen to fourth. Brendan Rogers with a big run. Down the backstretch on the outside. Pulled alongside Krikorian. Brandon now having to cover. Bo Brandon on to the bottom. Can he hold off the obviously hard charging Brendan Rogers? Rogers started 18th with 5 to go. He's in a battle for the lead now. Craig Silby back to third. Can he make a late run and take back the top spot? Brendan Rogers around the outside. He's got the lead into 3 and 4. Goes up, tippity taps the fence, and now Bo Brandon's got it back. 4 to go. So close to the fence so many times. Cat and mouse, and now Silby's going to get in on the action. He was going to throw the slider. 3 to go. Brandon slides up the hill. That might be a momentum breaker for him. Rogers able to get there but not get alongside. Bo slides it up. Why? Brendan Rogers has got it. New leader. 2 to go. Brendan Rogers from the outhouse to the penthouse. From 18th to first, and he's going to do it again. Won both races last week. He's coming around to take the white flag. First show tonight. Caution. And that'll change things a little bit, I think. Billy Barros and David Krikorian back here. They were racing for about 4th and 5th, it looks like. No contact here. Oh, David Krikorian found some problems down the backstretch. It was Krikorian that actually crashed. Out of shape there. Oh, yeah. Yep. That bumps in right there. That is a bad place to be. That is a bad place to be super far wide out right there, because that bumps in just a little of the entry to the track back there in turn 2. And if you clip that, you're going for an ugly ride. So we'll have a 2-lap shootout. Rogers, Brandon, Silby, Spieth, and Yonke are the top 5. Gerlach is 6th right now. Shaw, Boyd, Anelski, Loppin 10th. Scott, Gebhardt, Cox, Brochart, and Barros. Krikorian, Wagner, and Vincent all out of the race. And Wagner has made it back out. He's made a couple of laps. He's coming back out of the pits again. He's going to try to pick up some points here. Pace truck getting out of the way, and Bo Brandon was all over Brendan Rogers on the start. In fact, hit him hard enough it slowed the 49 down. And that's going to give Brendan Rogers a big gap coming out of turn number 2. Bo Brandon, haymaker, slider. He didn't get it there. White flag this time by. And Brendan Rogers, once again, class of the field, 18th to first. And he is going to win tonight's first feature at Volusia. First time ever for the Mighty Midgets here. Brandon and Silby 2nd and 3rd. Spieth and Gerlach 4th and 5th. So we'll start looking for our drivers. We're going to start moving them around, getting them ready for interviews. We will wait just a moment because we know that Craig Silby will make his way to us. Give him a chance to get that thing parked down here. Don't go anywhere. Show number 2. We are not even going to take a break. I am just going to switch servers. We'll throw a little music on, have a little fun. As soon as we get in the next server, we'll start getting things ready because that is a very quick server. But right now, it is time to talk. The driver's in the top 3, and he's been gone for a minute, but he is back, and he is on the podium. Craig Silby, good run, but tell me what happened. You were out front there for a long time, my friend. Craig, you there, buddy? Oh,
How about now?
We got him now.
I was pushing the wrong button. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. What happened out front, man? You led this thing for a long time there.
Yeah, well, I was doing my thing, and then I just got barged out of the way. So I was just clearly going too slow.
Well, still a good run in the return. First time ever here with this car for this series at this track, man. What are your thoughts after the first feature?
Oh, it's definitely a challenge. It's it's really good fun. Trying to read the track's so difficult as always, but the cream rises to the top, and here we are, and it's game on. So I'm really looking forward to the next one.
All right, man. Well, I'm not going to keep you very long because I know everybody wants to get to that second server. So give me some shout-outs, and we'll let you head on off.
Thanks, Roger. Thanks to the Dirt Racing Network for all the footage around the world. We love watching that, and Netcode Esports, RedDriver Marketing, and all the competitors for showing up and making this such a fantastic event to be part of. Catch you later.
All right, man. Congrats. We'll look forward to seeing you in session number 2. Craig Silby. Oh, now we got to get down here and get on this guy. And I don't know what to say to him. He's a bridesmaid almost every week, and the problem is he's a bridesmaid to the same guy. Bo Brandon, I don't know what it's going to take. You were there.
Yeah, I don't know either. Brendan's really good, man. Props to him. Drove from the back like that. That's really impressive. He's just really good. Tough to beat. I should know. I finish second to him all the time. So, yeah, props to him. Good race with Craig too. Track was crazy. That was the most amount of changing that I think we've ever seen in a 30-lap race. It was like the bottom was good for 5 laps, then the top was the preferred line for 10 laps, and then it went back down to the bottom for 5 laps, and then up to the top again for the last 10 laps. So a lot to I like this place. I like racing this track. I think I'm the one who suggested we try it on the schedule, and we had a little more cautions than we're used to. Probably guys not super comfortable with it yet, or catching that pit wall like I did in the heat race. And that's going to take some guys out occasionally, but still a lot of fun, a lot of good action up front. Had a good time.
Well, I think you covered everything, man. Do you got your script handy so you can give us your shout-outs?
Yeah, let me pull the paperwork out here. Oh, wait, I don't need it. It's memorized. Thanks to Variax.com for all your e-commerce needs. Mighty good marketing. I'd like to thank my wife, my parents. Thank you, Roger. Thank you to Josh, Billy, and Robert, even though Robert never shows up anymore. And, RedDriver Marketing. Thank you to them for being the sponsor of the series.
All right, man. I would have coached you through it had you not been able to find the cue card.
Yeah, I needed it. Yeah, it threw me for a loop there.
All right, my man. Good run. Let's see what you can do in session number 2.
Thanks, Roger.
Bo Brandon finishing second again, and I don't care. I said at the beginning, it doesn't matter where he starts. If he can keep it on all fours, he's probably got a shot to win it. Man, he drove it from 18th to 1st. Brendan Rogers, nobody has any idea how to slow you down.
Well, I mean, I tried to take it off all 4 wheels into 3 one lap. I think I just finally got to Bo's bumper and got up in the real dark stuff entering 3, and it picked up on the right side wheels. And at that point, you just have to lift completely out of the throttle and very slightly turn left so you don't. The second you touch the wall like that, you just flip out of the park. So in that moment, I was pretty sure it was over. I thought the dream was over, but I pulled it through, didn't lose really any distance on Bo, and he was running a really good line, man. Like when he was leading those last handful of laps, I knew I'd have to really ace the top, and that line is so tricky to hit. You have to really go full throttle into the cushion, keep your tires spinning, and just grab the bite and try to figure out how you're going to get out of the corner at that point. But no, I mean, that track moved around a lot. I think early on I was running bottom and then moved some weird goofy line, like sliding through 3 and 4 from the bottom to the middle, and Man, it's tough, dude. The passing does not come easy here, man. It's momentum's big, and you really need to throw some real narrow marginal sliders into the corner, and you just lose track. I think on Gregorian, I just kept losing track of him. He was real high in three, and I was probably giving him too much space, but I didn't want to wreck him. I didn't really want to get to the front that way. So no, overall, man, I'm obviously pretty pleased with that, and we'll see. I think I'll have to start in the back in this next one too. So we'll kind of see what the track does. There'll be less competitor laps on it, but it'll be pre-generating a bit slicker. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a little bit more on the bottom, surprisingly enough. But I don't know, man. We're going to try again.
All right, man. Well, quick shout-outs, and we'll let you head over there and see what the track's going to do.
Yeah, man. Dirt Racing Network. Had my back all last season. Glad to have you on the car. Indie Esports guys, of course. RedDriver, Josh, putting the series on. He's back this week rather. It's good to have him back. And yeah, everyone watching at home. My dad, Kelly, everyone tuned in. Hopefully we're putting on a show, man. I tried to put it on the boards there and do something. Figured win it or wear it, and almost did. I did one of them, almost did the other. So we'll see if we can replicate that.
All right, man. Well, good luck. I do believe you have to start out back again, so we'll watch the 20 car try to come through the field.
Cool. Sounds good, brother.
Brandon Rogers picking up another one. That is 3 out of 3, folks. He said he was going to try to reset the record. It was 10 last season, so we'll see. Rogers, Brandon, Silby, 1, 2, 3, Spies, and Gerlach 4 and 5. Yonke was 6th, Boyd 7th, Shaw 8th, Scott 9th, and Nelski was 10th. 11th to Lopp, 12th was Gebhardt, 13th Cox, Brochart in 14th, Barros in 15th, Krikorian 16th, Wagner 17th, and rounding out the field, Kurt Vincent in that 18th spot. So, show number 1 in the books. We are not going to shut down the stream. We're just going to click some music on. We are going to make all the adjustments that we need to make. We'll come back to you at the second show live and get ready to go through qualifying. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Wake up in the morning about 12 p.m. Too much Jack and too much gin. My head's still pounding like a big bass drum. I reach over for an accent, but they're already gone. Another crazy night in this cowboy's life. 'Cause I do what I wanna, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, singing every night in a local bar. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Now along this road, there's a lot I've learned, and everything I got, I worked hard to earn. I give it all up because I love my fans. But if you don't like me, well, I don't give a damn. It ain't hard to see why people want to live like me. It's 'cause I do what I want, I do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, sing it every night in a local bar. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. We roll into town, got a country swag, keep the music turned up and got blues like haggard. You can find us.
All right, quick switch over. Went exceedingly better than we thought. Session number 2 already in the practice session.
That I do what I want, do what I please, and all the bartenders will be drinking free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the
Admin's already talking about getting ready to advance the session. I'm going to let everybody know next Monday night. Monday Night Thunder, MARS Pavement Street Stocks, followed up by the Chemist Racing Simulators Big Block Modified Series, DSRL. Full schedule next week for you guys. 2 on Monday, 1 on Tuesday, 2 on Thursday. If we can get the Wednesday one, we'll grab the Wednesday one, stick it in there as well. It looks like it's time for qualifying. So that means time to set the cameras up and see who is quick time for the evening. Session number 2. Top 5 will be locked in automatically. The front 3 rows of the feature. Everybody else will go to the last chance qualifier, and the winner of that will join those 5 in the redraw in the front 3 rows for the second 30-lap feature. We have seen guys parlay that into the pole and then go on and win the feature. So they don't let anybody get counted out. That's a lot of fun. Go in and do that. Lap 1 for Bo Brandon. He'll jump to the top. 17.49. Garrett Boyd comes up second. 17.55. Second lap will not be nearly as good. We'll see who else goes out here. Josh Gerlach is on track. So is Sir Lop right there. Coming out of 4 this time by. He'll jump onto the time clock. Still Brandon Boyd 1-2. Brandon improved on lap 2 by a lot. Over a tenth. Almost a tenth and a half. Cut it down to 17.49. Lop 14th quick. Going to have a second lap to get out there and go at it. Craig Silby now. Silby, I don't know what Silby's doing. He's just cruising around. They're trying to, I think he's trying to figure out something with the steering or something on the car. He is way off of a pace to be coming to take the green flag. Something going on with the 7. Everybody else has run. Gregorian jumps up to second quick. 17.55. Boyd down to third. Brendan Rogers qualifies fourth. He locks himself into the feature. Barros is fifth. So that's your bubble boy. And I don't think Craig Silby, I don't know what Craig is doing out here. He ran a 30-something second lap. I'm not sure what was going on with Silby there at all. That's all 18 cars. I don't know what happened to the Kiwi Conqueror. Third in the first race, and he is just puttering around at pace speeds out here. So we'll just have to see what that was all about if we get a chance to talk to him. Qualifying is over. Brandon Krikorian, Boyd, Rogers, and Barros locked into the redraw spots. Everybody else is going to race for it. They're going to jump out here. And we're going to line them up, how they qualified, and see who can join the redraw boys. So Gerlach and Spies, row 1. Scott and Brochart, row 2. Vincent and Lopp, row 3. Yankee and Cox in row 4. Gebhardt and Wagner in row 5. Anelski and Shaw in row 6. And we're going to have Craig Silby, Shotgun Charlie on this thing. And like I said, I do not know what was going on with him in his qualifying session. So maybe just wants the challenge of getting out here and seeing what he can do to carve through the field. I would just assume be locked into the redraw myself. We'll give them 12 laps. 13 cars. Everybody's going racing in the 30-lap feature here in just a little bit. Only position that matters, the first position.
Green, green,
And
green.
Josh Gerlach, starting from that first position, he is going to get a good jump on the field. Through 1 and 2, Spieth trying to run the top. Kurt Vincent and Reed Brochart going there. They were 3 wide, 4 wide almost. Brochart finding all kinds of problems up on the top. Had it hiked up with the left front up off the ground through the corner right there for a moment. I think he's out of shape. Just got the car to really get the weight back on that right rear tire. Now he drives by Kurt Vincent. Craig Silby charging through the field. Started 13th. He's battling for 6th. He's going to be 3 wide. Goes around the 81 of Gephardt. Yeah, Brochart still battling hard here. They're coming up on Yonke. 5th and 6th, and right now Silby's got it. Got up by Yonke. He's going to slide across the nose of Brochart. He'll get into 1 and 2 side by side with Yonke. Silby 4th, Yonke 5th, Brochart 6th, back to the front. Gerlach, excuse me, that'll be funny. And Spieth, they have driven away. They're about a second and a half out in front of everybody else, and they're only about a half a second apart. Scott and Silby, and that's a battle. 2 wide, 2 deep right there. Silby, Scott, Brochart, Yonke. Craig Silby with a charge through the field up to 3rd. That would give him outside row number 2. If he doesn't pick up another spot, row number 4. If he doesn't pick up another spot, he's outside row number 4 as it is. Car off the pace. That's no, that's not. That is Josh Cox. Thought that was Shaw's car. That is Josh Cox. About 4 tenths. And Gerlach on the fence, basically. Brushes the right rear down the front stretch. Took all the white letters off the tires. Spieth is closing in here. We got to 5 to go. Coming around to 4. He carved a 10th off of it, but he's not getting any closer right now. Silby is still in 3rd, and he's got a big gap on Riley Scott. And then Reed Brochart, Bobby Yonke, Brett Wagner, Wayne Anelski, Surlop, and that's Anelski going at it. Kurt Vincent, Gephardt behind that, and then Shaw bringing up the rear. But it is just a battle at the front that really isn't materializing. I thought Spieth was going to reel him in to be able to get there. He tried a slider there in 1 and 2, and he lost about 3 tenths of a second. So 2 to go. And I think Josh Gerlach is going to be in on the redraw. Coming around to take the white LCQ, almost finished. And it looks like Gerlach, if he can keep it square and straight for 1 more lap, not get it up there and get into the fence in turn 2 like he nearly did. He's going to join the top 5 in qualifying in that redraw. We get ready for the feature here momentarily. Spieth is 2nd, Silby was 3rd, Scott and Brochart 4 and 5, Yonke, Wagner, Lop, Anelski, Gephardt, Vincent, Shaw, and Cox. And they will start from row 4 on back and be Spieth and Silby. In that row, everybody else will line up side by side all the way back through 18th. We wait to see what the redraw will be for the top 6. And can Josh Gerlach parlay that LCQ win into pole position for this final feature of the evening? Glad everybody's sticking around. Haven't seen a lot in the chat, but that's okay. Hope you're enjoying the show. Make sure you let us know if you are. If you're on Facebook, like, share, follow. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo, hit the subscribe button. You know every time we go live. 5 shows over 3 nights every week. We're trying to add a 6th show on the 4th night. Here we go. We may have a lineup card. It is going to be Bo Brannon and Garrett Boyd on our front row. David Krikorian and Billy Barros in row number 2. And then Josh Gerlach, and he will be joined by, is it Riley Scott that finished second? I believe it was. In the 3rd row, because the 20 car of Brendan Rogers will be going all the way back to 18th once again. Didn't affect him much last time. We'll see if it affects him very much this time. That will shift everything a little bit. It's going to be Brennan and Boyd, then Krikorian and Barros, Gerlach, and I don't know if they'll move Silby or I think they'll move Spies up. That'll be your 3rd row. Silby and Scott in row 4. Brochard and Yonke in row 5. Wagoner and Lopp in row 6. Onelski and Gephardt row 7. Row 8 will be Vincent and Shaw, and then Cox and Rogers in a row number 9. He went hard charger, hot shoe, winner last time. He's got to try to do the exact same thing on a completely different track this time. Tiny Dancer. I see you, Scott King. Get them single file. Everybody will wait till we drop the green. We are going to start shuffling cars everywhere. Make sure nobody gets any black flags. None of that nonsense. Get them lined up. And I'll tell you what, he was a bridesmaid 3 times in a row. Now he's got the pole, and he's got the guy that he keeps finishing second to all the way at the back of the pack. We will see if Bo Brannon
Green flag,
can hang on and win and break that string, because it's 3 out of 3 for Brendan Rogers right now. Okay. Come around this time, we should start getting them doubled up. Everybody's where they're supposed to be. The field looks perfect. Now the field will start to form into 2x2 rows. We're going to go green the next time we come out of turn number 4. Show number 2, RedDriver, Mighty Midget Series, presented by Netcode Esports. Final race of the evening, folks. All right. Ooh, Bo Brannon, good start with a 49 car. 21 had a little bit of tire spin. And David Krikorian is going to work the inside, try to take second away from him before we get through 1 and 2. Josh Gerlach is down there. So is Craig Silby. Silby thought about 3 wide momentarily. Oh, Garrett Boyd and Garrett Boyd.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
I just want to see what happened, because I know Garrett Boyd was in this. I don't even know where he went in. Oh, there he is. He gets out of shape down the backstretch here. Ooh, he might have had a little help. He might have got touched on the right rear. And then Brett Wagner gets him. And that starts mayhem. Just pandemonium. is going to be for Brett Wagner having all the contact. Wayne Anelski left the building. He actually went over the backstretch fence. He left the ballpark. So Wayne Anelski fans, sorry about his luck tonight. Show number 2 not going to go his way. Brett Wagner going to drop to the back. The caution for him. It started not on him, but it's going to be for him. As we get back to green flag racing. I don't know what that was, Scott. It just came up as a square to me. Garrett Boyd having problems on the bottom in second position. He's going to give that up. Billy Barros off the top side. Trying to grab second. This track completely different than the first track. The bottom really doesn't look like it's there very good in 3 and 4. It's pretty good in 1 and 2. Boyd's going to fight back. Brandon, a second lead over this battle right here. That's Boyd and Barros. Gerlach and Krikorian going at it for 4th and 5th. Let's see. Brendan Rogers, well, he's already 11th, and we are just about 4 laps into this. So 7 spots, and he is charging through this field already. Lop, Vincent, and I think that's Silby all right there together. Pick him up 1, pick him up 2. Can it be 3? Move Rogers to 8th from the entry to turn 3 to the beginning of turn number 1. That's 3 spots. Here goes a 4th spot. Can he get it 4 in 1 lap? He's going to go around Yankee on the bottom now. He's up to Krikorian. So Rogers already to 7th. We're still 25 to go. He was nowhere near this close to the front of the field this early in race number 2. These guys better start pedaling a lot faster. Bo Brandon, 1.5 seconds over Garrett Boyd. Billy Barros settles into 3rd, but he's got a ton of company. Spieth, Gerlach, Rogers, and Brendan Rogers making short work of Gerlach. Going to make short work of Barros. Jeesh. That was a rocket ship down the backstretch, and he went 2 for 1. He's already up to 4th. His lap times, where is he at? He was a little slower than Bo Brandon that lap, but only because he was in traffic. We'll see now that he's got clean track in front of him as well, what the lap times look like. 18:09, 17:72, 0.3 of a second. You can close up 2.6 seconds pretty fast at 0.3 of a second a lap. Bo Brandon already into lap traffic. Reed Brochart going to be the first on the hit list. Not too far away, about 3/4 of the straightaway. Not even a full set of corners, actually. Here comes Brendan Rogers. He's working already to the back end of the 21 of Garrett Boyd. They were 3 wide momentarily. Spieth went up high. He took a spot from Boyd. Brendan Rogers went down low. He took a spot and almost took the other spot from Steven Spieth. Spieth running on the outside. Rogers down low. Brendan Rogers, that launch off the bottom of turn 2. That's what's helping him. He's got it down to 1.5 seconds. He's up to second. 18 laps remaining, and we're getting into lap traffic. That's Josh Cox right in front of Brendan Rogers. Bo Brandon has already cleared him. Brandon closing in on Brochart. The gap down to a second. It was almost 0.3 of a second, the difference again of that lap. An 18 flat to a 17.73. This time around, it was a half second. 18.27 to 17.79. Brendan Rogers is an alien. That is all you can say. So we'll try to watch and see how many more laps it takes. We are halfway. 15 down, 15 laps remaining. Feature number 2 is equal to back out at 0.7 of a second. Let's see where everybody's at. Spieth is 3rd. Krikorian Gerlach 4 and 5, Sylvie 6, Boyd 7, Barros 8, Yankee 9, Scott 10, Vincent 11, Gephardt is 12, Shaw 13, Lopp 14, Brochard is 15, and he just went a lap down. And then Josh Cox, who was already a lap down, back in 16th. Wagoner and Anelski out, and Anelski way out there. Still trying to find the few pieces of that car out there off the backstretch. Bo Brannon, and now has started to inch away from Brendan Rogers. Was inside a half second. Now it's almost 9/10 of a second. We're coming around. It's going to be 11 to go. Spieth still third. He's got a pretty healthy gap over Krikorian. Krikorian under fire from Silby. Silby's working the bottom. Now the spot goes to Silby. So move Craig Silby to the top 4. Steven Spieth right in front. Brendan Rodgers now starting to get on his horse again. 10 to go this time. Down to 4/10 again, down to 3/10. The Jaws music playing in the background. Bo Brannon trying to hold off. Oh, car crashed on the front. That's Mike Gebhardt. That's going to change things up just a little. That momentum may take a moment to get back. You never know. Gebhardt through the middle of 3 and 4. Looks pretty good on the XFA. He's going to catch the right rear. It's going to pull the right front. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we saw that same exact move before. And once again, Lopp barely misses being in the big one. So, we'll slow them down. We'll keep 8 laps on the board. Brannon, Bo Brannon, the leader. Rogers, Spieth, Silby, Krikorian, Gerlach, Boyd, Barros, Yankee, Scott, Vincent. Lopp a lap down. Shaw a lap down. Brochard a lap down. Cox a lap down. Gephardt's in the pits. That car might be broken. Lights off on the pace vehicle. We're ready to go back to green flag racing again. Hello, Mr. Vinny. How are you tonight? Be calling you tomorrow, Scotty. Pace truck getting out the way. We're going to go back to green. Bo Brannon didn't waste any time. He is trying to get a big jump on Brendan Rodgers. He felt him there right before the caution came out, I think. He might have saw him. So Rodgers tried to stick that right front tire down there here in 3 and 4. Spieth is trying to hold off Silby. Silby trying to get that third spot, wants to get on the podium again. We could have the same exact podium, and if Bo Brannon can't win this, it's probably going to be the same order again. These two starting to break away. I want to watch the battle for third. All right. Thank you, Scotty. Thanks for jumping in, buddy. So Silby's got that third spot away from Spieth. Spieth's hard on the outside. He's going to take it back down the backstretch. I think the bottom very good in 3 and 4. Giving Silby a little bit of an advantage here. He gets to the line first again. Brendan Rodgers now starting to float the car around. He's moving the line. He's going to go to the top. Can he take the lead in 3 and 4? We're coming around. Wave lap was last time. 4 to go this time. That got Brandon to make a move. That's what Rodgers needed. Brandon was leading when we got to the line, but he is not leading getting into 1 and 2. Brendan Rodgers with 4 to go. Once again, back to the front. He's driven it from the outhouse to the penthouse. 2 races in a row, and that is going to mean he is going to stay on a hot shoe for next week. Brandon's still second. Spieth's got back around Silby, and he is third. Gerlach in the 5th spot. Yankee and Boyd Boyd and Barros seem to be having a good battle back here side by side. We're coming around to 2 to go for the leaders. And Brendan Rogers already over a second, 1.1 seconds out in front of Bo Brandon. Making this look easy. This time out of 4, and once again the white flag over the 20 car of Brendan Rogers. Bo Brandon looks to be fading quite a bit. He's back to 1.4 seconds. And Steven Spieth was closing in, but now that's equalized on the final lap. And there go that man again. Everybody, Brendan Rogers is absolutely an alien. That is 4 out of 4 for the season. He sweeps the night. He'll go back to back. Bo Brandon second. Steven Spieth will be new on the podium this evening. Yeah, I think we're going to have to add about 1,000 pounds to that 20 car. Still make him start at the back. See if we can slow him down. Man, that guy's just fast. Well, that's why he's got the DRN logo on the car, because we knew he was fast the first season that he raced with the series. And it's just evident every week. He just does something amazing. And he just keeps on winning. So let's grab our third place finisher, driver of the 55 car, Steven Spieth. Pretty good run in show number 2.
Yeah, happy with that. I was just hanging on and trying to stay off the wall around that top there, and I didn't feel like I had anything for those guys running on the bottom, but I didn't think I was going to be as fast down there, so I was just holding it at the top, and whoever got by. If they could make the bottom work, more power to them.
Well, you had some company there at the end, and, a tough customer in Craig Silvey, but you were able to hold him off. He was running the bottom. You figured out how to get some momentum there.
Yeah, I saw him there on my relative. I think I saw him peak once or twice, but like I said, that momentum's tough, and the bottom's tricky, especially coming off a 4. You got to really slow that thing down and watch your wheel spin coming off. So when you're on the top and you can just hammer down and coming off the corners and keep that momentum, it's hard to beat a lot of times.
Well, an awesome run here in show number 2, man. Give me a couple shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate.
Yeah, just thanks to everybody for putting the time in and putting this league on. Really great place to race. Really enjoy it. And shout out to all my Gambler teammates. Hopefully we'll get 1 or 2 of them in here in the coming weeks.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats again. We'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
Appreciate it.
Steven Spieth, the 55 car, finishing in 3rd. And now he's back again. He is still a bridesmaid. Hey, dude, can we at least try to catch the bouquet once in a while?
Yeah, I'm trying. That's the key word there. I just can't beat the guy. He's really good. Not much else to say. I feel like I got a little stranded out front. I know he was running me down for a good bit before that caution came out. He basically caught me, but I was kind of hoping that I don't know, I was going to be able to hold him off, and I just couldn't. He made the top work, which I tried it when I was following him, but there was no catching him. So he just knows how to get the power down on the dirt better than anybody else. And yeah, well deserved. Yet again, he's getting his bonus points, and can't say enough about how good of a driver he is. At this point, I'm getting pretty content with these second places just because I've proven time and time again that I got nothing for him. So.
Well, I got to ask, you say you're content with this, and I know you're looking at the big picture, but if he keeps winning, I mean, next season, you're going to have to be looking over your shoulder in Ironman country.
Yeah, that's for sure. Luckily he hasn't been racing with us all season for the Ironman, so as long as I keep getting podiums, he's not going to be able to catch me on that. So that's kind of my goal. It was as good of a points night as I can get when Brendan Rogers is here. I got 2 second places. I qualified fastest in the second session, which is a couple bonus points. I just am falling 1 spot short on the podium each and every time. So
Well, back-to-back sweeps for the guy. Maybe you can talk the admins into if a guy sweeps both races 2 nights in a row, he has to go to the back for all the cautions the next time.
Yeah, I think he needs to start a lap down.
And not
He
be able to get a wave around.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to race up to the front twice.
There you go.
I think that's
he could do it. I really think he could probably do it.
If there's enough cautions, he could probably do it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, give me your shout-outs, your thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate another awesome night, man. I know 2 seconds is the first 2 losers, but points are points, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I got 4 straight second places, I think, starting out this season. So, if he decides not to show up, I'd be in his place too, I think. So, anyway, thanks to Varix.com for all your e-commerce needs. Mighty good marketing. I'd like to thank my wife, my parents, you, Roger, and thanks to Josh, Robert, and Billy for putting on such a great show. And RedDriver Marketing.
Yeah, he gets a lot of financial support, and so we try to ensure that he's here every week. Maybe that's my fault.
Ooh, maybe. All right. Okay. I see where the money's coming from. All right.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on another great night, man. I'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks, Roger.
Bo Brandon, the bridesmaid again. He finishes second twice to the guy I got in the booth now. And, I was talking about maybe they add 1,000 pounds to your car, or maybe you have to go to the back for every caution or something like that. I don't think it would matter, Brendan Rogers. It would not matter at all. I mean, you made it look way too easy tonight.
Well, I mean, that second race, it was actually a bit easier. The bottom was super hooked up early. I mean, it kind of played... my trick when I start last is just save my tires for the end. Like, try to make passes, but prioritize saving your tires for the end. And what was nice was nobody was really running against the infield wall. So, and that's the best place to save your tires. You're low and slow. You're not spinning any tires. So, got to make all the passes and save my tires for the first 20-some laps. And then once I got to Bo, man, I think he was better than me on the bottom, honestly. I think if we ran 1,000 laps together, on average, he'd be a little quicker on there. So I kind of knew once that late yellow came out, I needed to try something. I wanted to protect from third. If I went high off of turn 1, off the restart, I'd probably lose second. And I didn't really want to do that in case the top didn't pan out. So I waited, I think, a lap or 2, and just went for the top. I wasn't going to beat Bo in his line. At best, he'd slip up at apex, and I'd jam my car under him, and we'd both wreck. So didn't really want that. So just tried the same thing I did in the first race, and that cushion had a ton of bite. You just have to get to it and try not to blow it. So it was really tricky. And Bo, in that case, man, he can't really do anything. You can't go and try a new line as a leader with 2-3 to go. It's not smart as a leader. So, I think he drove a great race. Honestly, it looked like everyone was driving a great race. It was a tricky track if you didn't know to go all the way down that far. But no, man, I'll take it. I think this is the first time I've gone 4 in a row and gotten 2 back-to-back starting last. So, hey, man, I'm a pretty happy guy for all that.
All right, man. Well, give me them shout-outs and thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, once again, Dirt Race Network, you guys put on the show, and Josh and everyone at Netcode putting on the series, giving us guys something to do on Thursday, and all the racers. Again, everyone from what I saw was super clean, good racing throughout the field. That's why I keep showing up. Is this is some of the best racers that you can race with, man. They're going to race you with respect, and they're going to race you hard. So. Shout out to those guys. My dad and Kelly watching at home, all the fans watching on Dirt Racing Network. And yeah, man, we're gonna try again next week. Try to add another one to the stream.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. I have never had somebody get as much flack as you do in the chat, dude. I hope these are your friends, bro.
They are. They're good people. They're just giving me a hard time. I love those guys. I love Danny. I love all of them. They're good folk.
It makes it a lot of fun, man. Congrats on another fantastic night. We know you're going to start Shotgun Charlie next week, too. So everybody's going to be looking forward to see if you can carve your way through the field again.
We'll give it a shot. I appreciate you, Roger.
All right, man. Thanks. Brendan Rogers picking up 4 in a row, a double sweep. I don't know what we're going to do if he wins 6 in a row. I really don't. I don't know how we're going to call that. That's crazy. Quick look at Quick look at our official results. Rogers, Brandon, Spees, 1, 2, 3. Silby missed having the same podium 2 races in a row by 1 spot. He finishes 4th. Gerlach 5th. Yonke 6th. Boyd 7th. Barros 8th. Scott was 9th. 10th was Vincent. Kirkorian 11th. Lop 12th. 13th to Brochart. 14th was Shaw. Cox 15th. Gebhardt 16th. 17th Wagner. And rounding things out, Wayne Anelski in the 18th and final spot. Another great night of racing. Man, love having you guys in the chat. It's a lot of fun. And if you can't tell, I enjoy giving the drivers about as much grief as you guys do. But I love to watch good racing. I don't care where it's at. And we have seen some of the best in these first 4 races. I can't wait for the next 16. So, don't forget about Monday night. Come and join us, 8 o'clock Eastern. Right back here. Mars Pavement Street Stock. And we'll follow that up with Dirt Slingers Big Block Modified Series. That'll be our next 2 shows. Until we see you guys again, we thank you for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. Without all the awesome leagues giving us fantastic racing, like you saw here again tonight, there is nothing for us to cover. Until we see you all again, always, 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 peace and love to everybody. Definitely keep it dirty.